Good morning and happy Valentine's Day to all of our lovebirds. Happy Singles Awareness Day to our singles, and happy birthday to those champions on our team that are celebrating a birthday today. And what a perfect day. You know, that's what we do in Advocare, is we love and we help other people. And so that's just a great reminder today, Valentine's Day, to love other people where they're at. You know, whatever it is they're looking for, we're here to help them. And so, great reminder, love people where they're at. That's a huge part of what we do. But the message today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about being self-employed. Because if you're watching this video, then that means that you are the CEO of your own Advocare business. And I know it took a little while for that to really sink in. You know, I knew that I was an independent distributor, but we're our own boss. And we're self-employed, you know, each and every one of us are. And so we have to take that seriously. And I've heard people say, treat it like a business and it'll pay you like a business. But I know if you guys are like me, my whole life I've been an employee. You know, I've never owned my own business before. So that's a new concept. And I've had to learn, you know, how to do that, how to treat this like a business, how to be self-employed and be my own boss. And so, you know, first of all, the very first thing you want to do is evaluate where you're at. And are you being honest with yourself? Are you employing yourself daily, you know, and just being totally transparent? That's not something that we always do. And we've had to work on that, you know, because it's really easy to procrastinate and put off because we have that option, that freedom. When we go to our jobs every day, you know, when I went to school, our boss tells us typically what to do, the tasks you need to get accomplished that day. And if you don't do that, day after day, eventually as time goes on, you're going to be fired. And there's no one in our Advocare business that can fire us. You know, your upline is there to help you. They're a mentor, they're a leader, but they're not your boss. So they're not going to call you and check in and say, hey, are you doing your DMO? Have you sampled? Have you talked to new people? I haven't heard from you on three-way phone calls lately. They're not going to do that because you're in charge of your own business. So, you know, like I said, sometimes being your own boss, I mean, that sounds like such a glam thing. And, you know, it's something we all want, right? Be self-employed, have our own options and freedom. But at the same time, you know, that's some personal responsibility that's added there, and that we have to really understand what that means. So here's some specific things that you know, I've been thinking about, and that were covered at our leadership retreat we went to a few weeks ago, that we can do to really make sure that we're employing ourselves daily. Obviously, DMO, it's on the Files tab, and so you can print that out and make sure that you're doing those things every single day. That's super important. But another thing that might be helpful, I don't know about you guys, we're on a pretty tight schedule over here with the baby now. So we delegate some specific time to work, and we know that we're in operation these hours and these hours and these hours every single day. And so setting aside that specific time, it's not like, okay, maybe I'll get to some Advocare today, maybe I'll get around to making some phone calls. No, I know I have that specific time set aside. And if we're very real with ourselves, all of us have a little bit more time than we realize. And I know once I evaluated my time, I realized how much of it I was actually wasting, you know, scrolling through Facebook or watching TV, you know, whatever it may be that's a time suck for us. So evaluate how you're spending your time, making sure you're delegating specific time towards Advocare. One thing I do the night before, I decide what's most important that next day, and I make a list, and it just helps me stay on track and make sure I'm getting things accomplished. Otherwise, it's easy to procrastinate and put off to the next day because I'm not meeting any deadlines for anybody else. You know, it's all about us and our business. So, and obviously the most important part of that is talking to new people. I heard Platinum, Tanya Parr, say that when in the beginning, if you're looking for a good measure, you know that 3K PGV and 2 new distributors is great starting place and goals for every pay period. So the way that she did that was by doing three-way phone calls 5 days a week. So 15 calls. Is that right? Yeah. three-way phone calls 5 days a week. Great aim. Okay. Something else that we do as business owners is start thinking in terms of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. You know, we're not living paycheck to paycheck anymore. We're not even living, you know, month to month. You want to start thinking bigger picture, because I guarantee you that if you go reach out to some big CEOs of companies, they know exactly where they're going. They have a big, strong vision, and we need to have that in our own Advocare business. That's attractive to other people. And then also, you know, without a vision, the people will perish. So we got to know exactly where we're going. Entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are self-employed, they take some risks. That's important. Step outside the box. Get out of that comfort zone. We got to do that. Work on our leadership skills. That's huge. Set aside time. Again, Jonathan and I spend time every single night when we're in bed. We read. And that's our time that we focus and we, personal development. You've heard about that over and over. So important. Invest. Sometimes you have to make investment in your business. That kind of goes along with those risks. So I know some people see, going to leadership school or going to success school as an expense. Okay. But, now that you're a CEO and you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you're self-employed running your own AdvoCare business, you got to view those as an investment in your business. So that's super, super important. And, sometimes it takes investments to be able to grow. It's going to pay you tenfold. And that's where that bigger picture thinking starts coming in. And I know that's why it's tough for some of us because we still have that employee mentality. And so we got to start breaking the mold there. And then finally, and this is one of my favorites, changing that mindset, small mindset shift here from what can others do for me to help me be successful to what can I do to help others. And I hope y'all caught that right there. The employee mindset is what can others do for me to make me be successful. The employer mindset is what can I do for others to help them be successful. So that's taking some personal responsibility. As much as we encourage you to get plugged into your upline and your leaders and dial into the leadership calls and these trainings, they're awesome. But it's your responsibility. It's my responsibility to dial in and make sure that I'm devoting that time and learning everything I can. It's not, CJ's responsibility. It's not Jesse's responsibility. It's not Z's responsibility, Todd and Holly's responsibility for us to grow. They're not in charge of our business. We are. So we have to put forth that effort. So congratulations on making the decision to become the CEO of your own business, a business that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. And it's important to start taking those steps daily to ensure that it does that it truly leaves a legacy for your family. So just wanted to share those couple thoughts with you guys today. Hope you all have a great weekend, a wonderful Valentine's Day / Singles Awareness Day / birthday for those of you celebrating it. And we love you guys. God bless.